How's it going? Did a couple of walk around clips the other day and I thought I'd do another one for the backyard because a couple of things have changed. Hopefully it doesn't get too windy, so sorry if it's a bit noisy. The dwarf red pawpaw is finally in a pot. What I've done is just put him down here with a wet pot. It's just down in there, buried under the ground. They're sort of like a Oya. They're a pressurised little bulb that sits under the ground, sort of shaped like a light bulb. Check out that clip there. I've done a clip before on the wet pots. So he's in there now, all irrigated, nice and happy. He's a dwarf red variety, so what that means is they propagate them by cutting. So they grow only to about 2 to 3 meters, and they actually start to produce fruit between 8 and 12 months apparently. So he should be alright in this pot for a little while, and he will then graduate into a larger wicking barrel and probably be placed around about there. Was going to pull out this Bishop's Crown chili or Bell's chili, but yeah, I've decided to keep him because we've got loads of fruit on. So we're going to be getting chilies through winter, so I decided to leave him there. He's got a bit of a reprieve. The garlic here, garlic's going nice and strong. Very happy with that. Got some fair sized little bases on some of these plants, so it looks like the stuff that was chilled in the fridge or vernalised is doing really well. And this other stuff down here that wasn't, yeah, it's still growing. It just doesn't look as happy as this stuff here that's went into the fridge first. So just have a bit of a quick wander over here. Just show you some seedlings we got on the hop. We've got a tray of broccoli, sprouting broccoli. We also have a tray of blue curl Scotch kale for my mum and some Tuscan kale for my mum. She's been pitching my curl kale, so we thought we'd grow her some. I've got some Tuscan kale. People also call it cabbage, Tuscan cabbage as well, or kale, sorry, to go in for us. This is one seedling I'm really proud of at the moment. We grew him from seed. Apparently they're very hard. This is a Warrigal green or a New Zealand spinach, and yeah, he's looking mighty healthy. He's got a couple of little babies down in there. This guy here will be going into an IBC bed all by himself because they do tend to spread and run a bit. Down here, the eggplant. This is the Ndumpulit eggplant. It's got loads of fruit on, actually, not loads because I picked a couple from there the other day. It's got 2 down in there, one there, one there. There's some more over the back here, and there's some baby ones through there, and we also have a couple up the top, and we also have more flowers. So this is pretty much well the sunniest position in the yards, or one of them. So we hopefully will get eggplant all the way through winter. I'm very chuffed about that. We've got some dill down the back here as well. We've been using a fair bit of dill in some chicken casseroles. Over here, these cauliflowers, the 3 along the back here have been hammered by the cabbage butterfly caterpillars, but the one in the center over here is doing fine. He's doing really, really well. I did transplant 2. We had a group of collies down the back there, 2 of them. There was about 4 or 5 planted. All these extra seeds came up. So I separated them the other day and I've planted 2 here. They're not looking too crash hot at the moment, but I think they'll survive. They just need a bit of TLC. We'll have a look in the insect house. To begin with, I trimmed back the market chili, or what I call the market chili. Not too sure on what variety it is. It's just left a bit of greenery up the top there, hoping to get some branches and shoots to come out down the base here. I don't know if I've been a little bit too severe with it. We'll just wait and see. There looks like there's some new growth starting up the top here, but I would like it to sprout further down, and I know they do often send, oh yeah, we've got some down here, so hopefully we'll be able to take off the top branches and just let it bush out from the base. I do have a baby though. I think this is one of the progeny of this plant, so we'll definitely get something coming through. We've got some garlic that is just shot all by itself, volunteers from some bulbs I didn't pick last year. And the other thing in here are some of the Chinese red shallots Muggsy Jeff gave me, and just your normal green onions. I've been harvesting the broccoli. This broccoli has been a bit of a disappointment. Normally we buy a sprouting broccoli and it sends up head after head after head, meaning you harvest your first big one and then you get loads of side shoots. This one here, as you can see, has given us 1 side shoot and that's it. So what we've been doing with these is the chooks have been getting them. I've already picked out a couple from up here, and we've also been juicing the leaves. You can eat the leaves, nothing wrong with them, but I like to give them to the chooks, you know, that way they get some nice greens as well. We've got one over here that was a bit of a runt. His head's nearly ready to come through. So a bit of a disappointment, but down the end of the bed here I have the next load of broccoli to come through, so hopefully these guys will start heading up very soon and we'll get another harvest. So I think, yeah, there's a tiny little head right down in there forming, so a couple of weeks we'll be able to harvest broccoli again. Over here we have some collies. There's actually 11 plants in here. These two down the front here, and there's one up the end over there. They came from a division I took from the other bed, and the 8 in the middle came from a punnet of plants I bought from a local nursery. So now I have some more mature collies, and then I have this size, and then I'll have some seeds. So hopefully we'll get 4 crops of collie this winter. Collies and broccolis tend to bolt here in the subtropics, so trying to pump them through this year because we really enjoy them. This is the little path I cleaned out. The chooks got some of it, and some of it went into the worm barrel. Trying to smarten the garden up a bit. Down into the messy path. The kale here is going really well. Can't complain about that. The cauliflower, I planted out one there and one there, and where I got them from was here. When I planted these guys out, I must have put a few too many seeds in, and there was probably about, between the pair of them, there was another 7 plants. So I planted 3 out in that bed there, 2 in the top bed, and 2 in this bed. So, and over here we have this 60-day cauliflower's gone to seed, and I'm going to collect the seed. They're a heritage or heirloom variety. So as soon as they flower and I collect the seeds, I'll pull this one out and I'll be able to grow from our own saved seed. It's the first time I'll be collecting seed from cauliflower. Done it from broccoli before, but never cauliflower. Down here we have a lonely capsicum or bell pepper. This guy here was growing between 2 cauliflowers, and I didn't realise, and he set 1 flower and 1 fruit formed. So we'll be picking a capsicum in the middle of winter. Just show you this sweet potato bed here. This is the one we harvested the other week, and it's loaded with nematodes. So what I've done is I've come along and spread out a packet of purple Osaka mustard seeds, and also a whole heap of our own collected marigold seeds. You can actually still see some of the marigold seeds on the surface here, but they're growing nice and strong. What's going to happen there is they'll grow to about 1 foot tall. I'll mow them down, dig them through the soil, and as they decompose they release a gas that is noxious to the nematodes and should kill them, and we'll be able to control them that way. The other week when I pulled the sweet potatoes from this bed, I actually showed a section of the root from the wing beans from over there, and I've just pulled one from the other plant that's just died off, just to show you. Someone commented and said that they might be the nitrogen nodules that you get on the bottom of legumes. Just thought I'd give you a closer look. They're not. They're actually galls caused by the nematodes. What's supposed to happen on the base of these wing bean roots is you're supposed to get little tubers, probably about yay big, probably about 3 to 4 inches, or 7.5 to 10 centimeters in length, and they're supposed to be smooth, and they look a little bit like sweet potatoes. They're a tuber that is edible, that grows at the base of these plants. Now, nothing like that has formed on here, and these guys are just covered with nematodes. So I just thought I'd let you know about that, because there's probably something people don't know about wing beans, that you can also eat the tubers that you get off the roots. So anyway, I've got a nice little carpet of greens growing here, and hopefully in about a month or two's time I'll be able to dig it through and see if we can get a decent spring and summer crop out of this bed. I'll be really happy if I could. One last thing before I go, just thought I'd show you this. This is just another bed we've got a couple of cauliflowers in. These are hopefully the next ones that are going to come through. They're being also attacked, there's one right there, by little cabbage caterpillars. So they need a big spraying with dipel. But what I think is really cool about this bed here is this kohlrabi. This kohlrabi is massive. So I'll just break that off and give him to the chookies. Let me show you the size of it. That's my hand. I can't even reach halfway around this guy. I'm leaving him there to go to seed. He's a perfect shape. He's a nice strong plant. He's actually split. I don't know whether that's because of the wet weather or he's on steroids or what the go is, but he's split, and we're just going to leave him go to seed. I've never collected seed from kohlrabi. I don't know if we can do it here in the subtropics, but we'll just wait and see. So I'm really impressed with that, and hope I do get to collect some. We really like kohlrabi. So anyway, and these are just the curl kale. They've been harvested. Something shocking. My mum's been having a field day with these, juicing them. So that's pretty much all it for now, as a bit of an update. Now, the only other thing I've got to talk about is, this little hoop house. It hasn't been finished. We've been controlling the white cabbage butterflies with dipel over winter, so I haven't really felt the urgency to throw the netting over the top. That's dipel's the BT bacteria for people in other countries. It's the only way we can get it here under that brand name, unfortunately, that I know of. So the urgency is going to set in for this to be finished for the fruit fly in summer, because in this bed here I'd actually like to have some tomatoes growing. So the tomatoes go to town on the full size tomatoes. The fruit flies go to town on the large tomatoes, not so much the small broad ripple yellow currant ones and the smaller cherries, but more the larger ones. So I'd like to have this enclosed by then. So yeah, probably in about a month's time it's going to get really urgent that I get into that. But for now I'm looking after a few things with the aquaponics and making some room for the fish farm for when it goes in. So if there is anything in the yard that you guys that I miss or skip over that you guys like to have a look at, just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. And yeah, because I know I do skip through a lot of stuff. I haven't shown things like the fruit tree garden and bits and pieces. So, and the worms, been neglecting the worms lately. So let us know down there and I'll try to do a bit of a clip or include them in another one in the future. So yeah, I suppose that's pretty much all it. I hope you all have a great one and take it easy. And I'm off to finish a blog. Catch ya!